In this video, I will be listing out my top 20 training packs that I used from Bronze all the way to Grand Champ. Let's get right into it. The training packs on this list aren't ranked in any particular order, but instead we're going to be splitting them into 6 groups focusing on all your fundamental mechanics. All the training pack codes in this video will be in the description below, as well as any supplement videos that go in depth explaining how to use these training packs. Rocket League wouldn't be Rocket League without its aerial play, so let's start there. For our newer players, the first pack is where I started, and this is Kevpert's aerial car control tutorial pack. Hitting a ball in the air is hard enough, and hitting a moving ball in the air seemed impossible for me when I started learning the game. So I really appreciated this training pack where the ball is stationary. It is not necessary for you to even score it, just focus on getting a consistent touch. And once you can do this, you can start making it harder on yourself by hitting it while flying backwards or on your side, or maybe even adding a spin or two before you make contact. Be sure you're feathering your boost and go into these touches at a controlled pace. Our first training pack focused on basic control, so the next pack I recommend is Verge's Fast Aerial Training Pack to focus on our speed. The important thing isn't to score these, but to be able to go up fast enough to make a touch. You'll notice that if you're doing a double jump aerial instead of a proper fast aerial, you're not going to make it in time. So this pack will make sure you're flying up and performing your fast aerials correctly. And now that we've covered basic speed and control, we get into this double jump aerials pack by Doomsy. I like to start these packs with not worrying about shooting the shots on target, but instead, I first focus on flying up to the ball as fast as possible and figuring out how quickly I can make contact. Once you can consistently touch the ball at the fastest point possible, then we've identified where we want to shoot the ball from. Then we can start focusing on adjusting our car right as we make contact to be able to score. This is a good habit when practicing shots so that when you bring this practice into a real match, you can beat out challenges in the air. For our more advanced players, you can really challenge yourself by being able to score the same shot at different parts of the net. You can start by scoring a couple consistently on the left, and then middle, then right. And while you're at it, if you're enjoying this kind of educational content, then make sure you hit that sub button as well. It helps me out so much and I'll really appreciate it. Thank you. For more realistic in-game passes and aerial situations, I like the Paquito Passes pack. For certain shots where the ball is far enough from the net, as mentioned before, I like to be comfortable shooting into different zones of the net if possible. So in a real match, it'll be easier to shoot the ball on target somewhere where the goalie is unable to save. But of course, this is impossible for every shot in the pack. Some of them are simply too close to the net. And number 5, to further our aerial car control, we'll be using the Paquito Redirects pack. At the lower ranks, you won't really have too many chances for teammates to give you a solid redirect pass, but still, practicing redirects is a great way to master your aerial car control. Unlike your standard aerials, redirects force you to hit the ball from awkward positions and in awkward orientations. So getting comfortable with redirects is a great way to bang out those blackout moments and getting you comfortable with aerialing in any direction you need to make the shot. And our final training pack for practicing aerial car control is Whey Protein's Backboard Therapy pack. For this pack, I recommend jumping right away to pre-jump this bounce and then fixing yourself mid-air to land the shot. You could fix yourself on the ground before jumping to make it easier, but this would defeat the purpose of being able to practice your mid-air adjustments. Once you're in the air, you can adjust yourself by simply boosting towards where the ball is bouncing towards, or you can do a cuckster twist. To perform a cuckster twist, you simply have to hold arrow left and press down on the left stick, or down and away depending on how far you want to go to move your car left, and vice versa. Doing a cuckster twist right can move your car to the right by pressing down on the left stick and right arrow. This is advantageous for mid-air adjustments since instead of using boost to override your current momentum, you're rolling and converting your momentum into the new direction you want to go, which can feel much more natural. Arguably even more important than aerials is to be able to consistently shoot powerful shots on target from any position. So the next couple training packs is going to focus on our shooting. When practicing your shooting, I always recommend starting your day off with the Strength and Accuracy pack by Vince. One common mistake people make is with their flip timing when they want to perform a shot. You want to get the most out of your flip when shooting, just like you would when kicking a real soccer ball. You want to kick through the ball as much as possible, and we need to do the same in Rocket League. So instead of flipping into your shots, you want to flip through the ball. So if you're new to this concept, when starting this pack, simply fly at the ball and touch it with either the corner or the nose of your car. Once you're consistent with this, I want you to press your diagonal flip at that exact moment that you make that touch. And you'll notice that this will get you the most out of your flip since you're hitting it as late as possible. If you do it right, you're going to be able to hit upwards of 60 miles per hour on this first shot. This flip timing is crucial to the fundamentals of shooting, and you're going to want to make sure you're hitting 60 miles per hour or higher on the first shot, and anywhere between 55 miles per hour and higher on shots number 2 and 3. Then the later shots in this pack, you just want to make sure you're hitting them hard enough to score. And with this pack, it can also be a great way to practice your fundamentals of aerial shots. Now that we've covered our fundamental shooting mechanic, we're going to take those fundamentals into this shooting consistency pack by whey protein. Make sure you're waiting for the bounce, then flipping through as late as possible on contact to get the most power out of every shot. And just like with our aerial shots, make sure you're comfortable with shooting to multiple parts on net whenever possible. Next is the aerial and long shots pack by Kevpert. Long and aerial shots are a deadly skill to have so that you can put a meaningful shot on net from anywhere on the field. Kevpert has a fantastic tutorial on how to use this training pack, so make sure to check that out. On certain shots in this pack, you're supposed to tap the ball once for a quick bounce dribble into your shot. And he has tips on how to get the right angle to hit certain shots as well. Number 10 is a hook shots training pack by Whey Protein. Hook shots are simple, yet extremely effective. They're a fantastic mechanic to have, since you don't even need to jump or flip to do them, making hook shots one of the safest shots you can attempt and should be used whenever possible. The next pack is a drift shots training pack. Very seldom are you going to get a perfectly lined up shot for you in game, so this is a great pack for learning how to drift into position in order to hit a banger on net. Boost away to get some distance, then let go of boost as you begin your drift, or else you're going to start boosting away from the ball too much. Then you can start boosting again as you hit the apex of the turn and follow through with your flip timing to maximize your power. For more advanced shooting from awkward positions, we're going to move on to GC Striker training by King Randy. This pack puts you in awkward spots, so you'll need to make sure you take a solid angle quickly and then apply the fundamentals we learned in the strength and accuracy pack to get the power you want from any position. His tutorial is linked down below for more details on how to approach these difficult shots. Wall play is essential when you want to rank up, and we're going to start with Paquito's Wall Shot Training Pack, since this pack will provide almost everything you need for our beginner to advanced players. For our newer players, I want you to focus on simply getting a touch and not worrying about passing or scoring it. To do this, I want you to limit the boost you use while you're on the wall. So you can boost while you're on the way to the wall, but once you're near the lip, only use your throttle until you're about to hit the ball. Then you can feel free to start boosting again. The reason we do this is to make sure we avoid this situation. If sliding under the ball like this, and the camera gets all out of whack, looks familiar to you, then limiting your boost usage once you're on the wall should help. Since you're not going towards the ball as fast, you're going to be able to keep the ball in front of you and in view of your camera. For our more advanced players, I want you to go through this pack with 3 different ways. First, you can simply score every shot. Then second, you can practice passing to teammates that are either near or under you by lightly tapping the ball. Try to get it outwards or downwards instead of forwards. And third, you can try passing some of these shots across the field by lightly tapping them out, then flipping into them. As always, this isn't possible with every shot in the pack, but try practicing these variations whenever you can so that you have more options in a real match. Although I love using free play to practice dribbling, King Randy's catch training pack is definitely a part of my training regimen. Sometimes in free play, you get in the bad habit of taking your sweet time to set up your flick, which is incredibly unrealistic, so this training pack can help to make sure you're catching and flicking in a realistic and timely manner. Bounce dribbles are a deadly part of your dribble arsenal, so the next pack on our list can really help you with setting up either a 1 or 2 bounce dribble into a power shot. As always, practice hitting the ball in various ways so that you can consistently put a shot wherever you want, away from the goalie. Defense wins games, and getting into our next pack, we have Paquito's Save Pack. This pack has all sorts of different saves, and it's important to try your best to make sure you're saving in a way that wouldn't result in you getting scored on in the long run. So for each of the saves in this pack, make sure you're clearing to your corners, and 100% avoid letting the save drop the ball directly in front of your goal, because that's just going to get you scored on anyways. Next, we have to cover Shadow Defense. Shadowing is completely overpowered when you master it, since it can stall for so much time when your ball chasing teammates are still recovering. So same as before, with this Shadow Defense pack, make sure you're getting enough momentum to clear to your corners. Avoid hitting anything too center on the backboard, which is essentially just passing it back to middle. Although I don't really believe you need air dribbles, ceiling shots, or flip resets to rank up, they're inarguably fun to do. And if you can perform them consistently, you're going to see great strides in your car control. I typically like using free play when practicing these advanced ball mechanics, but if you prefer our training pack, this is the one I like to go with. The ball is stationary, so you have to roll it to the wall yourself, which will teach you way more about the speed at which you want to roll the ball to the wall, and which shot you should be using depending on that speed. There's a lot of training packs out there for air dribbles where the ball is already getting shot to the wall, and I think you're just going to miss out a big part in your air dribble training if you let the training pack perform the role for you. If you really want to have the ball rolling slightly towards the wall for you, then sometimes I do use the Knight Rider Flip Reset pack, which starts the ball at a slow roll, but you still need to be the one pushing it towards the wall. Getting into training pack number 19, I've made way too many double touch videos at this point to leave this training pack out of my list. Even if you don't get too many chances to use them in the game, double touches are such a great way to practice backboard reads, fast aerials, and advanced car control in general. So number 19 is our self-set backboard consistency pack. And shameless plug, if you need a tutorial on how to perform double touches, I'll have a link in the description below. And while we're on the topic of double touches, we get to our final training pack that I have in my training regimen. And that is the ground to double touch training pack, which is arguably one of the more common ways you're going to be hitting double touches in an actual match, especially in the lower ranks. Being able to perform a double touch or any advanced mechanic off the bouncing setups is going to teach you so much about how to control any bounce coming your way. And that's it. That pretty much covers every training pack I've consistently used at some point in time throughout my Rocket League progression. I hope this helps to give you some idea on what to practice and how to approach training packs in general to get the most out of your practice. As always, if you have any questions, then feel free to join my Discord, which will be in the description below, and at me there, or just ask in the comments below. So thanks again for watching, and I will catch you next time.